Flashback 13.2 Friends and Diamonds Are Forever. Part 2 Sacrifice Defending the Round Table. Lessky's Last Stand. There we were, Lessky, entombed in a crystalline, epoxy-like solidified substance with frieze everywhere. He and everything were frozen in time. Sarah had connected her phone to the hidden security cameras, and she was scrubbing forward to the highlight moments. We had hoped to learn what happened to Mr. Lessky and to the round table. The security footage appeared. Sarah scrubbed forward to find key highlight moments. She gasped. It was Brocco McDema of the cult of Baal led an assault on Midnight and Associates when the team had come to rescue me from the psych ward. They literally, effectively traded Mr. Lessky for me. No trade is ever good, and losing Mr. Lessky, it seemed unfathomable, incomprehensible, utterly devastating. It was as if one of us had to be imprisoned, and so if I was to be free, well, then Mr. Lessky could not be free. Mr. Lessky had traded places with me, becoming a prisoner in perpetuity, like I was in the psych ward. The video showed more. Mr. Lessky fought valiantly with a sword at first, to get to a stashed pistol, to a cache, with an assault rifle and hand grenades. But then, there were just too many of the cultists. They were unlimited in number, and their lives did not matter. There were just too many. There was no way that Lessky could triumph or escape. He fled to the round table room as bullets pelted and penetrated into his body, turning him into a future corpse, as his body was filled with bullet slugs of lead. Mr. Lessky fell forward onto the round table, his hands gripping the two ley lines in front of him, with his life waning. He called upon, with his last strength, to God in heaven. He held his hands firmly within the round table's ley lines, and he screamed words in Latin or Hebrew, some ancient language that I certainly did not understand. He was invoking some kind of incantation with holy words or something. And then the room flashed brilliant white, blinding white. The footage included audio of a voice, a screeching voice. Heed me! Heed me! Return! Return! Tapestry! Soros! Unlock! Heed me! The room filled with gray and black and white mists, and in seconds the mist began to solidify, and it was solid with frost and ice everywhere. And there it was. Everything inside that room, from floor to ceiling, from wall to wall, from door to door, everything was encased in a transparent epoxy-like diamond glue that had frost and ice with gray and black and white swirls all over. Sarah's sorrow and sense of loss was obviously huge. It was so great. She had lost her adoptive father, who had taken her in after her biological father had died, on a mission never to return to her. Mr. Lessky, her new adoptive father, ever since Sarah was 8 years old, was now lost to her, lost somewhere between life and death, a place where his soul may never, ever be at rest. The idea of a man who had dedicated his life to purity and integrity and to justice, that he could be denied heaven or an afterlife of any sort, it was abhorrent, abominable, frankly inconceivable. Of course, perhaps his soul was in some state of anesthesia, where his soul was asleep, unaware, forever. Sarah whimpered.